Recently I posted a video talking about the best mid-range luxury black handbags you can find. And in today's video, I'm doing the same thing but for brown and neutral tone bags. So I'm gonna go through 8 handbags that I really love aesthetically today. And then as we go through the pros and cons, I'm gonna narrow this list down into what I consider to be the best handbags in brown or neutral tones out there. To clarify, as much as I wish all these bags were mine, they are not. A couple of these are from my collection, and then other handbags I've ordered to talk about in today's video, but they're usually from brands that I have ordered and purchased from in the past, so I can talk about my experiences wear and tear that way. I planned for this video to be brown bags, but I've taken quite a bit of liberty with what is brown. So I go as far as mustard yellow, and then I go all the way to your burgundy shades, and then I really push it with some olive green tones. Whether you're looking for a new handbag, or you're interested in one of the bags I've chosen today, or you just want to know what makes a good handbag, I hope today's video is useful. Start off today with a very classic brand and a classic style. This is a Coach Luxe Refined crossbody in the regular size, so it also comes in a little mini. I've got so many pros for this bag, but let's start off the most obvious. I really love the taupe shade. Being that it sits in that very neutral category that's not too warm or not too cool, you will find that this color matches with almost everything in a wardrobe. The second pro is that this is made from full grain leather. So compared to your typical Coach bag, which is already very lovely, I do find this to be much more luxurious and premium. Full grain leather is more costly, and it's also harder for craftsmen to work with this leather. So anytime you see full grain leather, you know it's going to be a more premium bag. You can also see the quality in the details. So they've got lots of little accents. The interior is made from leather, and they've added this little pouch on the inside made from leather. I have nicer handbags that don't have this kind of attention to detail, so I'm very, very happy with the quality of this bag. You can wear this bag in a few different ways, and on the crossbody setting, I do find it a bit long. But someone lovely let me know in the last video that if you go into certain Coach stores, they can actually add in the extra hole for you to make it perfect on your height. I'm 160 centimeters for reference, so you know where it sits in the existing setting. I have to think quite hard about what the cons are, but if I wanted to kind of be quite specific, I would say a potential con is this pouch. With this pouch, it takes up quite a bit of space, so it would only really fit my daily essentials. Not really a con, but compared to some other bags, the design of this bag is more simple. You know, it's just got this gold logo here. It doesn't have too much involved. I think the beauty of this bag is definitely in the leather, but compared to other bags, you'll see that this is more simple in the design. I recommend this bag for someone who's looking for a good everyday bag that will be extremely versatile. From casual to dressy, I think this bag just works. If you already have quite a few classic handbags, then maybe I won't recommend this style as much, because I think some of the other bags are more unique. They can add a point of difference to your collection, and this one I think could be very similar to other classic handbags you have. I'm already gonna say, in terms of quality of leather, that bag is the winner for that category. Moving on now, let's talk about C by Chloe. This is one of my oldest bags that I feel like I've had for 5 years. It's a bag I often get questions on. So in today's video, I've actually found a pretty good dupe for it, in my opinion. They are so similar with the circular detail. They're both in this kind of round shape. They've both got suede and leather, and I think there are just so many similarities. I've got 2 of their Mara bags to review actually, and I just wanted to show a bit of variety. Right off, I feel like this is a much higher quality bag. In my opinion, this one honestly feels a little disappointing. It's the leather quality of this one that has disappointed me a bit, because in my eyes, it just looks a little cheap. This was a limited edition design. I'll put the original look of it on the side, but I do find this design a little bit childlike as well, and not the most premium. The strap is also not adjustable, and it's a combination of all these things that makes me feel like this handbag just kind of didn't meet my expectation of something that is still quite expensive. This is the smaller size, but this one also comes in a larger size. I'll pop up a photo of it so you can see, but this bag for me just feels very different to that one in quality. The most obvious is in the leather material and how it feels in my hand. The biggest pro, as I kind of already talked about, is that you are getting the Chloe aesthetic and design. Out of the bags today, this one is the smallest, but because it's not too structured, because it's got a bit of softness, it actually fits almost the same as those bags. I do have the bigger iPhone, the 12 Pro Max, and that slots into here with no issues whatsoever. A potential con that you could easily fix is that you have these charms that jingles. So if you don't like that, then you can probably get this removed and it won't really affect the bag aesthetically too much. A potential con of C by Chloe bags is that the designs are, I guess, more feminine, bohemian, and they can feel a little bit younger. I don't feel like that's true for this bag, but I can definitely feel that in this style. In the try-on clips, note that I always have the strap on the shortest setting for crossbody, unless I say otherwise. This is on the shortest setting and it fits me just right. I do kind of wish there was one extra one on the shorter side, just because I sometimes like it a little bit higher than just right. So it would just give me more options. I really recommend this bag for anyone who has ultra simple outfits and they're looking for an accessory that can really bring those outfits up a notch. You've got a lot of beautiful design here. You've got the two textures. So whatever basic outfit you wear this with, I think it will really elevate that look. If you like very mini and cute bags, I think this size is really perfect because it fits your phone very comfortably. So I really love this size and the fact that it still looks very, very small, but fits a decent amount. I asked on Instagram which brands you want to see me review the most, and I feel like a lot of you guys said Palen. This is the Palen number 10. So while they had a brown option, I just prefer the olive so much more. So I decided to go for the olive in today's video, but there is a more traditional brown color. I love the design of this bag. It's a really popular kind of half circle bag, but at the same time, with the straps, it does feel very unique. It's very detailed and yet it looks very clean, because it has minimal hardware, minimal logo. It comes with two straps, so this is the shorter strap, and he also swapped this strap out for the longer strap. For my height, I find just the short strap is enough. When I have it on the longest setting, it works as the perfect crossbody long shoulder length, and then on the shorter setting, it's the ideal short shoulder length. So I don't even need the strap, but if you're taller, you've got options. I do like the design where the strap is held down and then kind of wraps around the bottom of the bag, and it stops the strap from flapping around, which is one of my personal pet peeves. Of all of their bags currently out right now, this design is my favorite, and it's why I chose this particular style for today's video. The leather that Palen uses, in my opinion, is always very distinctive. It's an Italian full grain smooth calf leather, but at the same time, it's always got this very textured look about it. It's more textured than any other bag I'm showing here, and even the Chloe bag, which is already a grain leather, I find the grains on the Palen bag to be very, very noticeable in texture. This is not technically what it is, but to me, it feels like it's between a grain leather and maybe a Saffiano, where it's got that slightly treated feel to the touch. I've owned multiple Palen bags, and I find that it's very often this kind of texture and look. A con for me is that the capacity of this bag doesn't fit as much as other bags of this size. It's to do with the opening of the bag and then the round shape of the bag. By nature, you just can't put as much in, so this bag only fits my basic essentials. These are very different in size, and I feel like they almost kind of fit a similar amount. This one is obviously full when I put everything in. This one has a bit of breathing room, but at the same time, I can't really put much in either. I recommend this to anyone who likes a shoulder bag, likes a crossbody bag, because I really feel like this bag looks really, really nice worn all three ways. I wouldn't recommend this bag as much if you are looking for a leather that feels buttery soft. If you want, like, you know, opening the bag, closing the bag, you want everything to feel really luxurious. I can see the Coach bag being just so much more nice to the touch, and it gives that luxury feeling in a way that this maybe doesn't. Next up, I'm going to talk about the bag that I would probably recommend the least in today's video, and we've got the Jacquemus Le Bambino shoulder bag. This is their large size. They're known for those like really mini bags, and I've always hated them. But when I saw that they did a larger size in this beautiful brown shade, I thought I would give it a shot in today's video. I was also just really curious about the quality because they are so popular online, and I've always just been confused about why, especially in those smaller sizes. Instead of going through everything, I'm gonna start off with the con. For this bag, it's incredibly hard to get in and out of it. When you open the bag, it naturally just kind of sits here. There is really a lot of resistance to pull this back here so you can get into this very, very narrow, thin bag. To even get like your hand in is a struggle. I think they knew how hard it is to get into the bag because they've added like a little pocket here. Kind of fits my phone, but not in an attractive way. But this kind of gets me on to the next point, which is the type of leather they've used. It's a very kind of treated leather. It feels like rubber to me, something quite synthetic, and it's a very stiff material. So even putting anything into this flap is a struggle because of how stiff these materials are. I also don't like whatever this is. They've got a strap, it's non-adjustable, and it's very stiff because it's using the same leather. And this is the kind of strap where it's just not gonna sit on your shoulder and it's not gonna mold. It will sit quite awkwardly, and I don't feel like it's going to be that functional. I'm quite negative here, but I feel like the point of me trying these bags is that I can tell you some things to look out for. And I would just say that the leather choice and the bag style makes it quite hard to use. Of the bags today, design-wise, this is honestly the one that I would love to keep the most because I love a top handle that's structured, looks like a briefcase. It's just so chic. But unfortunately, because of the material and the style and the fact that I can't really get into it and out of it easily, I just cannot recommend or justify this at all. In capacity, I can only fit my everyday essentials because if I fit more, I think it will be even harder to find and take things out. And because it's very narrow at the top, you really can't put anything that's thicker than 2 inches or like 5 centimeters. This is the Penelope bag. It definitely comes in a smaller version, and I believe that it might even come in a bigger one as well. But this Penelope bag I think is a beautiful design. It's kind of divided into 2 sections. You can see that on the outside, but also in the interior. You can kind of see 2 sections. You've got a magnetic closure at the top. Very easy to use and to close from the top. I've currently got it on the shortest setting, and the strap design is very smart. It's got a very long tail, and you basically wrap it around the edges of the bag, and then you buckle it up at the other side. So you don't see the tail of the strap. You can undo the buckle, and then you see the tail, and this is where you can adjust this strap to different lengths, depending on what you want. It can be a short shoulder bag, it can be a longer shoulder bag, and then it can also be a crossbody. This bag feels very lightweight, and I feel like every detail of the bag has been designed with intention. It's got the two-tone textures, and I think that looks incredibly beautiful. It does remind me a little bit of this Celine bag. I don't remember the name of it, but this particular Celine bag. And I think the interior with the 2 sides is quite functional to divide your stuff. It doesn't really stop me from carrying, you know, a book. I can still put quite a few things inside, but it has more organization. It also just looks really unique. If you're thinking about a classic, more structured bag, something like the Coach, and you felt like you already have classic bags, you want something more elevated, I feel like this is actually a better alternative to consider because you've got more design accents, you do have a more unique bag in comparison. I think the quality of material is quite good. It's not as nice as the Coach full grain leather, but it is definitely still very high quality, and this is where I'm going to talk about what I would do differently if I was to recommend this bag. I recommend not going for the suede and leather option. I just find that with the suede here, it does get a lot of wear and tear because it doesn't have a zipper. And then here again, you kind of have to interact with the suede material to get it open. With suede, you just see marks and wear and tear a lot quicker. And I think this is going to be something that gets a lot of wear over time. I was a little bit concerned about how thin and delicate this strap looks, but to be honest, this isn't a big bag. So when I put all my daily essentials in, I still feel like it's a pretty reasonable weight to have it on this smaller strap. And I guess because it can be reinforced around, it just gives it a little bit more stability as well. And I also don't find it to be like digging in or too uncomfortable either. I recommend this bag for anyone who's looking for something that's very unique, thoughtful design. It's very detailed, but in a way that's very different to even the Chloe bags because it has minimal hardware, doesn't have like gold accents, very simple, and it's really the shape and attention to detail that I think makes this bag feel so special. I'm not gonna keep this one because I don't like how it's suede here, but they do have a ton of leather ones, and to be honest, this is now on my wish list, and I will absolutely consider the leather ones as something for my little collection. I usually don't review anything that's been gifted to me, but this bag is from a small brand in Paris. This bag is from the brand Atelier August, and I've been using it for the last probably month or so in my collection. One of the biggest pros of this bag is that I think that the shape is very elegant and very minimal. It's also got the chain strap, which is one of my preferred strap designs, so it just felt like a very ideal pairing. This bag is also very scratch resistant, so if I like just take my nail, if I accidentally scratch it, you don't really see any markings on it, which for a structured bag can be nice because a lot of my other structured bags have tons of markings on it, and I'm not especially careful either. Probably one of the biggest pros for me is that the strap is ideal for me. On my height, it's perfect crossbody, it's perfect on the shoulder, whether I want it on the longer setting or doubled up on the shorter setting. That is a pro for me, but if you are much taller, it could be a con. There's not a lot of complex design on the inside. It's kind of got two flaps on either side. And what this means is that you can really fit quite a lot in this bag, including a book. That's surprising to me because it doesn't look like a very big bag at all. In my next kind of personal bag collection video, I'll be able to give an update on wear and tear, but so far, so good. I recommend this bag to girls who are like 165 centimeters or like 5'5" and under, looking for a chain crossbody bag. You will know that usually they're just far too long, and this fits perfectly. And I just can't get over this point, and it's one of my favorite things about this bag. For about 2 to 3 years of my university degree, I carried every day a Tory Burch Perry tote. And it was much bigger than this. It was like typical tote size that would fit a laptop. This is one of my favorite tote bags I've come across. I ended up selling it at the end of uni because I no longer needed a bag that big to carry my laptop, but it was so durable and strong. And when I let go of it, it was actually still in really good condition. So one of the pros of this bag, I'm just gonna say right off, is durability. You can stretch this bag as much as you want. It will still look perfect. You can put really heavy things in, and I don't feel like it damages the bag, and that Perry tote was just indestructible. For my mom's birthday last year, my brother and I kind of saved up and we got her a Celine tote. It's pretty much in this exact color, and I feel like this bag is a very good dupe of that Celine tote. I think that honestly, if you're looking at that bag, you can definitely consider this. This bag fits all of my daily essentials. It also fits a book and then also a hat. Not many bags are being able to fit that, so this does have, you know, more capacity. Moving on to cons. I think if it didn't divide this up, I would be able to fit things like a bottle in more easily. I think I can still squeeze a small one in, but without it, it would just go in without a doubt. A con for me, as it often is that the strap is too long. And I don't understand why straps would have like so many adjustments and then start the first one so long. You could easily bring the strap to get extra holes punched in. You could work around it, but just know that's something you might have to do. Forgot to mention that another pro of this bag is that it comes in tons of sizes and colors. You can go smaller and you can go much bigger. And then color-wise, I really love this taupe. Very versatile and will match with pretty much anything in a wardrobe. Generally good things to say. It's just not as exciting, I think, as some others I've shown here. But if you're looking for a casual bag, I think that bag is great. The final bag I felt like I had to include in today's video is my Acne Studios Musubi bag. This bag is from my collection and I've been wearing it for about 3 years. I think they no longer make this color. They make it in a color that is a little bit closer to the cooler brown. I've reviewed this bag countless times, so if you're interested in more detail, I will link to my review down below. I've always just had nothing but good things to say in terms of quality and design. I love that it doesn't have too much hardware, and I think the shape is just so beautiful. The only reason I don't use this bag as much is because I find the sizes not perfect. They have one smaller than this, and that one is too small to even fit my phone. This is like what I think is a medium size, but the name of it is the mini bag. And this one almost fits too much for me. That was really not a con because I feel like I go in and out of phases of needing to carry a bit more, needing to carry a bit less. And whenever I want more of a medium-sized bag, this is always going to be an option that I want to reach for. Another pro of this bag is that even though the longer strap doesn't look like it's adjustable, you can actually adjust the length on the sides. There are 4 adjustments. I have it on the shortest, but you can extend the length of this strap to fit you better. And I love that it's hidden. It just looks so nice. You know what? Of the new bags, this one wins for design, but of all of these bags, I do still think this is the winner for the best design. So if you're interested in this bag, interested in learning more, I will put a review down below, but design-wise, that bag is perfection. Finally, to wrap up today's video, let's talk about the colors and then kind of which bags I would recommend the most. My favorite brown bag colors. I've been repeating this throughout, but taupe is extremely versatile. Whether you want to go more cool in an outfit or whether you want to go warmer, it never really feels out of place in my wardrobe. And then I think that this darker brown is also stunning. Know that this brown is also not too warm, and it kind of maybe sits on the neutral to cool side. I love all browns, but I would say those shades are probably my favorite of the lot. If I'm looking at the quality of leather, I feel like the Coach bag definitely wins. There is no bag here that feels as luxurious as this one does in the hand. And I think the leather on the inside with the little kind of pouches as well just makes this feel extremely luxurious. If you're asking me my favorite bags from this edit based on my personal style, I feel like the Wandler is probably at the top of that list. I feel like this is just such a beautiful design. Whether you look at it from the side or the front, the strap is stunning, the design is thoughtful, and this is a brand I'm very interested in, and I currently now have this on my wish list. I'm definitely not getting this bag because I have the Chloe test, but for anyone who likes Chloe, likes the test bag, I honestly recommend this over the test. The test is getting so expensive, so expensive. I got it for half of the price it's selling for now, and if I was to do it again now, I would honestly just go for this one. This bag for me is something I love because I know it's durable, I know it's practical. It's not the most exciting for me to wear, but if you're looking for a work bag, if you're looking for a practical bag, this still feels very chic, very understated, and just like a good everyday functional kind of bag. Let me know down below if you own any of these, what are your experiences wearing them, and I would love to hear. And I think it'll also help out anyone considering a purchase. If you're interested in reading up about more of the details, where it was made, how it was made, I will have all of these bags linked down below for you to check out, as well as any sales if I see something online. A lot of sales right now, but if I see something good, I will link it down below as well. Thank you so much for your time and for watching today's video, and I'll see you next week. Bye.